What is up, guys? This is going to be a PSA regular service order reveal. This was, I submitted these quite a while ago. Actually, this was my very first PSA submission, and it was 15 cards. The free submissions you get for signing up, joining the becoming a platinum member. So overall, I thought the order was excellent. Some cards were above my expectations, some were below. So pretty overall, very happy. So we'll get to them here, and we will start off with a couple one-of-ones. Generally, I do not slab or try to grade one-of-ones unless they look mint or better. So otherwise, I just keep them in a one-touch. It's not, you're not doing the card any favors one-on-one that to get it slabbed and anything else. So here's a 2011 Leaf Pete Rose autograph with the hits inscription there. Pretty awesome card, little bat chunk. Thick card. It comes in the little thick holder here. So I was hoping for a 9. That's what I thought it would hit, and I'm thrilled it did hit it. Kind of would have been a disappointment to be an 8. Like I said, one-of-ones, mint or better, I would try to slab. In terms of unlicensed product, I don't really mind it as long as it's not ruining the card, jumping out at you that this is obviously an unlicensed card. You can't really tell by this. He's facing the other way, looks like walking down the dugout steps. Pretty cool picture. No blank hat or anything. Same on the back. He's got his batting helmet kind of the side, so you can't really tell, and I'm perfectly okay with that. Second one-of-one, a big unit 2017 Topps Gold label. This is Class 3, so obviously it's the one-of-one, but Class 3 is the more difficult parallel, I believe, on this set. But awesome card here, awesome shine, and it hit the Gem Mint 10. I thought, my fingers were crossed for a 9. I thought it was going to get a 9, so this one actually exceeded. But I can understand why it did hit the Gem 10. It looks great. And that's it for the one-of-ones. And we'll move on to some vintage, and probably the coolest card in the order. I don't know, some may disagree, but this is a T205 gold border Fred Clark. So legendary Hall of Famer, Pittsburgher, Fred Clark, legendary player, legendary manager. Played with Honus Wagner, and actually I think he even may have managed at that time as well. And just a legendary player. If you don't know too much about him, I suggest doing a quick Google search and reading up on him. Fred Clark. This got a good 2, so pretty happy with that, to be honest with you. I was hoping that it would just come back authentic, to be quite honest. I bought this card raw probably, it's been at least 5 years ago now, and obviously I knew it was marked right there, and there's some pencil right there near Hassan Cork Tip Cigarettes. We can get it to focus, but that's okay to me on a card that's well over 100 years old. I mean, a little pencil mark doesn't bother me. So a good 2, awesome on the Fred Clark T205. Next up is a pretty important card to me. I'm from just outside of Pittsburgh, so this was actually my dad's one from his collection growing up as a kid. And I can remember when I was a kid when he passed this on to me, and I just held it in extreme high regard, and it basically got me into the hobby in terms of wanting to collect more sets, and especially the vintage variety. So here's the iconic 71 Topps black border Clemente. The grade really doesn't matter to me. I thought it would hit a 3, so a 3.5 is quite alright with me on that. You can see the corners are pretty soft and creased, and lots of chipping on the black borders. That's quite alright. Still a beautiful card. Look at the color on that Clemente. That's a really big card for me there. Okay, we're sticking with some vintage, sticking with the Pirates. Here's a 52 Bowman Ralph Connor in a 4. So I'm pretty happy with that. This card looks really good. Awesome card. Ralph Connor, legend, home run legend. I don't know however many years or seasons, maybe 6 or so that he led the league in home runs. So pretty legendary slugger here in Pittsburgh. And here's the 52 Bowman in a PSA 4. So it looks really good actually. This is a really nice 4. Okay, so here is the 91 Desert Shield Griffey. So I was hoping for a 7 on this. I was expecting a 6, so a 5 on the 91 Topps Desert Shield. Iconic card. My PC is mainly made up of Griffey PSA slabbed cards, so I was never into grading cards. I was actually against it. Well, not really against it. I just really didn't like graded cards. I didn't care for them one bit. So it's funny how your collecting habits kind of change, because I now, like I said, I'm basically strictly PSA Griffeys. Tough inserts, especially serial numbered cards, is really where I'm at this point in my collecting stage. So here's a Desert Shield, again, iconic set. The corners are pretty soft on it, especially this one here. It's pretty rough corner there, so a 5 is probably pretty fair, but pretty cool there. So here is probably the best card in the order, and this is just absolutely awesome, pure badass. 1999 Bowman's Best Griffey Refractor. Nailed a PSA Gem Mint 10. So I actually overpaid for this car. I think at the time the seller had it listed or with a best offer, and I submitted all my best offers up to the point where it was $5 lower, and they were all auto declines. So I wound up just smacking the bite. Now it was on my watch list for a long time, and it came in one of those little screw down holders, and I was like, there's absolutely no chance this surface is going to be clean or this car will be anywhere close to mint, and I probably overpaid for it. But I pulled it out. I cracked it out of that screw down case it had been in for the last 20 years, and I was just amazed at how clean this copy was. I was hoping for a 9. I knew it had an outside shot at a 10, so a 10 is pretty fantastic on this card here. Definitely one of the cornerstones to my Griffey PSA registry and collection. But I would never send out, even though I strictly am looking to buy cards to grade, I would never send a card back that I bought off of eBay or something like that wasn't up to my grading expectations or anything. That's just not fair to sellers. It's not fair to the cards. I mean, I still enjoy raw cards. I still keep them in my PC. If they come in and they're not gradable, then that's that. I just throw them in a top loader or one touch and move on. But I am looking to primarily buy cards to grade. So this awesome card, 97 SPX Ken Griffey Jr. This is the gold. Such an awesome card. Way ahead of its time. You could imagine a kid in the 90s getting something like this. Would be something that I definitely held at extremely high regard as a kid. Now this card is not the exact card I had sent out with this order. I actually sold the one I sent out. It was this exact card, but it came back an 8. So I wound up replacing it with a 9 and selling off the 8. But I still wanted to show it because it was part of this order. Just that it was a near mint 8. So I thought it was perfect. I thought it would hit a 10. I did not see any flaws with it, so when it came back an 8, it was a little disappointing, a little head scratcher, but I was able to track down a 9 and add that and sell the 8 and move on. So here's another Griffey Refractor, another awesome card, awesome grade. 96 Bowman's Best. This is the preview refractor. Got the Gem Mint 10, so really stoked with this card. I was expecting a 10. Thicker card stock. You know, it's kind of like, you know, Bowman Chrome of today's day and age. So just watch your surface, and if you have a clean surface and sharp corners, you're more than likely going to get an 8 on a set like, or a 10 on a set like this. So pretty awesome. Another Griffey Refractor 10 for the PC. Sticking with Griffey Refractors, here is the 98 Topps Mystery. This is the bordered version. There is a borderless version. I actually have a PSA bulk order out right now that I sent out in January that has the borderless version that looks gem mint. So we'll see. We'll revisit this little clip here once I get that order back and see how close I was. But this got a PSA 8, and I know this card had a slight scratch on the surface, and it probably would have hit a 9 if not for the top to bottom centering was pretty bad on this. That's something I did not catch before I had sent it out. But I was expecting an 8 with the scratch. You know, generally if you have a scratch on a surface like this, you're probably going to get an 8, but maybe have an outside shot at a 9. So I'm perfectly okay with an 8 on a set like that. That will stay in the PC and be launched into my registry. Here's another awesome classic card. 97 Flair Showcase Row 0 of the Griffey. It hit a PSA 8. I was expecting a 9 or 10. This card looks perfect to me. I've taken a look at it off camera since, and I still cannot find any flaws with this card. So maybe in all this shine, it's happened to cover up a little scratch or something, or a little surface issue on the back of the card, or something like that. But again, PSA 8, I am fine with that. I'll keep that. Awesome set, awesome card for the registry. And here is probably my favorite set of all time. So unfortunately, it just so happens to be probably one of the most difficult sets of all time. It's always chipped up, dinged up, white corners. It's just a cheap card stock on this 98 Topps Stars. This is the gold version to $22.99, and there is a red, a bronze, a silver, and a rainbow, which actually is numbered to 99, I believe. Those just don't ever come up. I've never actually owned one. But generally when you see them, like I said, they're really beat to hell and really rough. So this hit an 8. I own probably like 70 copies of this card. But this was definitely one of the nicer ones I had. And there was a touch of white. I think it's this corner. Yeah, touch of white right there on that back corner. So 8 is probably accurate. I was hoping for a 9. I thought I'd really like to have this slabbed in a mint PSA holder. So there's the 98 Topps Stars Gold Griffey. That will go into the registry. So back on track with the 10s here. This is an awesome card. 97 Pinnacle, totally certified. This is the Platinum Red. So I'm a big fan of the cards with the pills still on. I know some people have some different opinions of that. I think it's kind of sacrilege to go ahead and peel these off, though. I don't know, that's just my opinion. But I think they're a lot harder to grade with the pill on as well, because, well, it's, you know, you're getting pretty much a perfect surface when you're peeling those off. So the surface pretty much stays protected for the last 20 years or whatever underneath there. So I think it's a lot more challenging to try to get a mint card with the pill intact. And this is a card as a kid I would have held in extreme high regard. You know, the serial numbering, the peel, the shiny aspect of it, just an awesome Griffey, and thrilled for a 10. I've had some luck with this set in the past. I actually have the blue version. I think it's to $19.99 in my bulk order as we speak. So hoping I can pair that up with another 10 on the blue. And here's the last card of the order. Another Griffey PSA Gem 10. 98 Studio Hit Parade. So again, another pretty easy set. I've bought a lot of these that come in really clean, and a pretty low end card, to be honest. They don't hold much value, but I still think it's an awesome card. Number 5,000 there Donruss 98 Studio Hit Parade Ken Griffey Jr. So overall, I thought the order was pretty good. I was pretty happy with it. So I had submitted this a little bit ago. I just didn't film it whenever I did. I wish I would have, because there was a pretty big card in the order. If you'll notice, there was only 14 cards there. The 15th card was actually a Hank Aaron Superfractor that came back at 10. So I wound up selling that between now and then for, oh, it's more than double than what I paid for it. So unfortunately, I wish I would have had that on camera, but that's okay. So like I said, I have a bulk order coming out. I have another regular service order I'm prepping right now. So hopefully I can get some more videos uploaded. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks.